Hey everyone, welcome back to High Ground Podcast. Once again, joined by myself and Landon. This is gonna be a very fun episode. Landon, what are we talking about?
We are talking about Superman, the movie 2025. It has finally came out. We watched it last night. We're reviewing it today, and we're gonna get right into it. I forgot to do the ratings on it, but we're just gonna go based off IMDb. All right. So, Superman came out this year, directed by the great James Gunn, who we both agree is now the greatest comic book director of all time.
Undisputed, yes.
It's hands down.
Man.
The ratings for it. You know what? Go ahead and give me your rating for it. I'm gonna go look up this.
Okay, I bet. I give it a 10 out of 10, which I don't. For context too, I want to make that clear. I don't just give 10 out of 10s to any movie. Interstellar is one of the examples I can think of that's a 10 out of 10 for me. But bro, this movie was amazing. So easily a 10 out of 10. I will freely give it to it.
Now we are going to talk about this for maybe 3 minutes before we get into spoilers.
Yeah.
So we will give a warning, a big warning before we talk about the spoilers, just so if you haven't seen the movie yet, you want to go watch it before you come back. On Letterboxd, Superman has a 4.0. That's the highest Letterboxd rating I've ever seen.
Yeah, I've never seen a 4 higher.
My Google isn't working right now, but I believe it's like an 80, 87, 89. Let me see. There we go. I believe it's like an 87, 89 on.
It's a 82% on Rotten Tomatoes.
82% on Rotten Tomatoes. Is at a 95
on popcorn meter.
The popcorn meter,
which is really crazy.
So I mean, it's a good movie. I also give it a 10 out of 10. This is the first time me and Zach agreed on a 10 out of 10.
Exact same rating. Just the same rating period. This is first time on the podcast.
Exactly.
But a 10 out of 10, yeah, this is a rare occurrence.
I think we both agree, but Zach, do you recommend this movie?
If you don't go see this movie, I will be a little upset. I'm not gonna lie.
I know we were glazing F1, right?
This is better.
This is better than F1. This F1, you can miss and watch it at home. I don't care. Do what you want.
Compared to this, go support the movie.
Go watch this movie. Go support it, because not only is this just a random Superman movie, this is the start of the DCU. This is the start,
the official start,
a whole universe that we've never been a part of until now. It's like seeing the first Iron Man in theaters. It's like seeing Toy Story in theaters.
It's like Star Wars.
It's like seeing Star Wars in 1977 in theaters. Only a certain group of people get to experience that in theaters. A start of a whole franchise, a whole universe in theaters. Zach, just tell me some of the emotions, some of your thoughts going through the movie as you watch the movie.
Yeah, just from the very get-go, it's like the way it opened, I was like, which we'll talk more specifics, but I'm talking just broad generics because, again, we're not getting into spoiler stuff yet, just so you have an idea. But I literally was captivated from the get-go when it first opened. And my emotions were just like a roller coaster the whole movie. There's just moments I'm like, dude, I just love this exists. It just gives you a greater appreciation for movies in general, from a cinematography standpoint.
Yeah.
But also just dude, I love Superman. I already did before, but it's now even more so, because this whole movie is just words cannot fathom and describe how amazing this made me feel.
I told them we were playing on the game last night with the guys and all that, and I told them, I was like, I feel like how Jameis Winston felt when he played in his snow game in Cleveland. The joyous, happiest I've ever felt after watching a movie. Emotions can't describe. That's probably the most I've cried watching a movie.
Yeah.
What else?
No, I was gonna say that's just funny. I wanted to bring that up too. This is because I've known Landon since kindergarten. We go way back. He's practically my brother. But this is the happiest I've ever seen him in life. I'm not even joking when I say that. And that was amazing to see, because I was like, bro, this is a happy guy, but this is
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. There actually might be footage of it, but we were because we've been watching movies for a long time, right?
Yeah.
And after every movie, we just discuss like things. That's why we started a podcast, because that's what we do. So I believe after the Flash movie, we were talking and we were like, and I was telling him, I was like, I think Warner Bros. Should just restart the entire thing. They should just redo the entire thing, start from beginning and just go. And they finally did it. We're finally here. And that's something I've been longing for like the longest time, is a actual featured universe of the DC on live action that's good. That's not rushed. That's not trying to compete with Marvel, but it's trying to be its own thing. And we're here.
Literally, and that's what I was saying. That's the biggest thing with James Gunn, and that's something I want to talk about. Is just like James Gunn as a whole, because he brings with him this experience from Marvel, this resume, which is near flawless, mind you, with the Guardians franchise trilogy, and then he's able to come and do something that so many people failed to do in the past. Not to say, like, case in point, Man of Steel. Man of Steel is not a bad movie. It's just, as a Superman movie, oh my gosh, this is so much better. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, and I think that's the thing. And again, we love Henry Cavill. We've talked about it several times.
Yeah,
big respect for Cavill.
I actually thought he was he did good as Superman. All right, the scripts and everything, they didn't give him justice, but what he was given, he did good. And same with David Corenswet.
Dude, he's amazing.
So after seeing this movie, I do want to know. I heard something. All right.
Yeah.
After seeing this movie, who's your favorite Superman today?
Oh, my favorite Superman?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna be like completely transparent. David, the way I see it, so like audio listeners, I'm using my hands here, but David Corenswet is here, right? Like right here at the bar, and then Reeves is right there with them. Like, I'm dead serious. I think they're about like as even as possibly can be in my book as far as best Superman. So it's like, I can't choose between them, but bro, if I watch this movie a couple more times, I'll probably say David Corenswet.
Yeah,
he is Superman. That is the thing. He
is, yeah.
Like, genuinely, I look at him, I'm like, that's Superman. Like, it just feels like he had it perfect.
He did good. His Clark and everything. So my favorite will always be Christopher Reeves. I think he's the perfect Superman, but David Corenswet did perfect.
It's like right
it's
there.
Neck and neck. Yeah. It's like barely. There's something I do want to talk about is we were talking about how James Gunn is the greatest comic book director of all time, and just to show how good he is. So out of all the comic book projects he has directed, his lowest rated one is an 82 on Rotten Tomatoes. An 82.
That's impressive.
There's whole trilogies that have never been seat the 80s. Yeah. And yet James Gunn, he's done 9 comic book projects, and the lowest was Guardians of the Galaxy, the third one at that.
Yeah. That says a lot.
It says a lot about James Gunn.
The gun don't miss.
The gun don't miss. And he didn't jump the gun. All right, I had it.
There's gonna be a lot of those jokes.
But yes, this movie was terrific. But I think we're gonna jump right in. So major spoilers. If you have not seen the movie, please don't watch the rest of this video. Please go watch the movie and come back to this video to, listen to our takes and our thoughts on the movie. But we both rate it 10 out of 10. We both recommend it. We both give high praises to James Gunn, and we both cannot wait for the future of the DC universe. So go watch that, and we're going to jump right into spoilers. So, Zach, I'm going to let you take it first. Who, what, how were you feeling?
Yeah, so I kind of hinted at this earlier, but right from the get-go, so this is something I was wondering going into this movie. I'm like, I wonder how it's going to open. Because, like we talked about, this is a big deal. This is the first DCU project finally being, like, a thing, So in the back of my mind, I'm wondering, I wonder how it's going to start, Because, we already have an idea. It's like, yeah, Superman's been around for a while. But, dude, we start out, we're in Antarctica. Mm-hmm. It's just the frozen wasteland desert. And it's, very resemblance of Star Wars, the way it's, almost not a full-on title crawl.
Not crawl, but gives you a
prologue, if you will. And it's just, metahumans and gods have existed for over 300 years or something like that. I forgot the exact number, but you would know it. But It says that, then it goes, for 3 decades, a small boy from the planet Krypton.
Yeah.
And then it goes, and then it's like 3 years ago, that boy grew up and announced himself as Superman to the world. And it goes, 3 days ago, he got involved in the conflict in Bolivia and all this. 3 minutes ago, he just lost his first fight. It's like,
yeah, it immediately.
I was already like, oh my god!
It immediately captivates you with the little crawl that we get, and it did that actually in the first Superman in the beginning. There's a little narration. This is what's happening in the world, and I really appreciate James Gunn.
You just get right into the universe, like, and that's something you talked about, which we'll talk about a lot, I'm sure. But this didn't feel just like a movie. It felt like we were just thrown into their world, their universe, and that's how comic books are supposed to be. Is you pick up a comic book and then you're just immersed immediately, and that's what this is I'll just go ahead and say it. This is the best comic book translated movie of all time.
Okay, yeah,
in my opinion, like. I'm not saying that like for everyone, but for me, I'm like that stood out to me, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that starts, and then we just get to the part where, you know, he's whistling for Crypto. They go to the Fortress of Solitude, and then we're just like, we're in it. Like we're straight into the fire with it.
Yes. One of the best metaphors I can describe this movie as is like, it's like if you look through a window and you get to see what's happening, and then the window shuts. Like, you open the window on the universe. Wow, this is what's happening in the universe. It shuts. Like, it didn't feel like a movie. I told you that. It felt like we got to look at this universe, and then that's all we got to see for now. Yeah, and then like, we'll get to see more and more and more, and it was perfect.
It's just so different, man. Like, I don't know, like, I don't know. And I know a lot of people are going to compare this to Marvel and all that, but, like, dude, this just feels so different. Like, they're both, that's the thing we talk about, is, like, both can be great, you know? They don't have to, like, be this competition. It's always going to be a competition because fans make it that way, but it is such a beautiful thing to, like, I go see a Superman movie, right? And Marvel's not even on my radar. I'm not even thinking about, how is this going to be like Marvel? I'm like, dude, I want to see how this goes, you know? Mm-hmm. And like, man, like, it just, man, I can't get over like how happy I am that this movie is succeeding already. Like I think, you know, I already told you, I'm like, if this doesn't hit 1 billion, I'm going to be upset.
Yes, like, I agree with that.
I feel like of all the movies of 2025, this one should hit 1 billion. Yeah. Just, whether it's just domestically or globally, like it somewhere it has to hit that number, you know? Yeah. In my opinion, because it's just that good. But
I agree. And I really do appreciate James Gunn. And you talked about how like they had their own little crawler, everything. That I really appreciate him describing that there's been 3 centuries of superheroes. Yeah. There's been 3 years of Superman. And I really appreciate that from Gunn, that I understand he didn't really want to do the whole origin and everything because we've seen it like 3 times, right? But now he just puts us in the universe. He's like, all right, this is what's happening. Let's go. And I've never really seen a universe actually do that. Usually universes, they take time to establish what's happening. Yeah, world build. With Star Wars, it's like, all right, this is Darth Vader, and this is Luke. This is our hero, and we're gonna see him grow up. And the same thing with Iron Man. This is the beginning, and each one had their main little origin story. Superman, it was like, no, y'all know who this guy is. Let's pedal to the metal, all gas, no brakes with you. Let's go. And we did. Lois and Superman are already a thing, and we've already seen their romance. And
that's the thing too, is like you said that it's like a light bulb went off. Like, because I didn't think about it that way, but that's such a good point. The sense of every character in this movie was not an introduction. Yeah, it's just assumed you already know them, which for most of us we do, like Green Lantern and stuff. But like, it just felt so authentic of like, the way I see it is like in the window analogy, almost like imagine you're one of the civilians and you're just looking out into this world. Like you have Guy Gardner as Green Lantern, you have Mr. Terrific, and it's like these superheroes are just everywhere, right? Yeah. But also it's just like, even like Lois Lane and stuff, it's just like, it felt so natural. It's not like a gimmick where it's like, oh, I got to set up this character. It's just like, here they are.
And it low-key, like, just think about, like, what you just talked about. Like, it low-key, I feel like, I don't know if he did this on purpose, but for me, for example, I feel like these other characters not having an origin story, it made me want to go read a comic book about them. Yeah. Like, for example, I'm probably going to pick up the Mr. Terrific comics and, like, read his origin and all that, because we didn't really see his origin or anything in this movie, but it's like, there's already material here that we can just go back and read it. You know, you can go subscribe to the DC Infinity or whatever and read all these. And I kind of agree with that. If that was on purpose, because why would you create an origin story when the origin story is already out there? You know,
exactly.
Like, maybe it's a little extracurricular to go and pick up a comic book and read it, but it's not a horrible thing, you know. Usually in the very first comic book, you read everything, like all the whole origins right there. It's like 16 to 30 pages, and boom, you got the whole story of their origin.
And that's the thing with James Gunn is like he literally, like, you talk about, like, you know, the homework and stuff. That's what he does. Like when he sent. My favorite thing right now, like of all the like celebrities and like directors and stuff I follow on Instagram, he's one of my favorites, just in the sense of like we've talked about this before. He engages with the fans so often.
He does.
Like there's rarely an occurrence where he doesn't respond.
Yeah.
But also, like, he just gives updates. He's like, yeah, I'm working on this, or I'm doing this, and it's just flat out like, you know, he does his homework. Like, the one thing that stood out to me, this is probably my favorite thing of this whole movie, like little details wise. Yeah. I'm not talking about the movie itself or anything. I'm just talking about like a plot hole that's been bugging me since I was born. Yeah. And that is the disguise with the glasses. We finally have an explanation of why it works, and they're hypno glasses.
Hypno glasses.
Which is a huge thing in the comics, but like that's like Action Comics wise old. So it's like that was towards the origin of everything. So the fact James Gunn went that far back, just for this, get it right and be like, here's why, and it's like, dude, yeah, no wonder. Like,
and then speaking of James Gunn engaging with fans, he engaged with one fan, and the fan was like, I swear, if y'all do this, like, what the heck? And it was how it should have ended of Batman and Superman in the cafe. You know, they talk. If you ever seen that,
it's something about like how I'll eat my own shoe or something.
Yeah, he's like, I'll do it. Like, I'm like,
James Gunn is like,
we might actually get that on live action. That's just a fun little thing. But go ahead.
Sorry, that's something too. Is like, sorry, I just. Like how it should have ended, like because that's something funny, like going back, this is like totally off topic, but that's something you got me into, like when we were really younger, and I remember like at the time I like didn't give much thought of it, but now that's something I thought of too. I'm like, man, we might actually like get something like that,
like Easter eggs from that, you know?
Bro, imagine, but like hear me out, imagine like in the future we get a movie, like whether it's like in a Batman movie or if it's a Justice League movie, whatever. Yeah. And it is just a recreation of Superman and Batman talking, drinking coffee. And then it just goes to like, then how it should have ended. Does it hish over that? Yeah. And it's just like, dude, that'd be the biggest mind boggling.
Literally. Oh my. Let's talk about, so before we get into like the characters and all that, John Williams, the original song,
the GOAT,
the official theme was the official theme of the movie, even though it was a little modified, you know, for the movie, which I was cool with, but it's still the
goosebumps, like every time.
It felt so good.
The first flight he did,
yes,
I was like, dude, like we're back,
Superman,
literally, dude. Oh my gosh. No, that they nailed it. I mean, it's just like, because that's how I felt. Like we kind of talked about the Flash earlier, but like in the Flash when Michael Keaton's Batman reprised his role, and we actually got like the Danny Elfman theme for a little bit. I was like, oh, like that, like, dude, if they do that with Batman, like,
that would be
just seeing him modify it a little bit.
He might. I could see that.
I could totally see him doing that.
Oh my god. Man, I love about James Gunn is that he does his homework and he does his material and he thinks about. I feel like he thinks about us more than any Hollywood critic out there.
Agreed.
And
he doesn't care about the critics. That's the thing. That's the beautiful thing too. Is he just does his thing. Doesn't worry about critics. People say whatever they want. He just does his thing, and that's why James Gunn is so good. Is he's got a vision. Yeah. He takes his time and he's like, okay, because it's not okay. What do I want to do? It's okay. if I was still just the fan here, what would I want to see?
Exactly.
And that's how he does. And I'm like, that's a beautiful thing to see.
It's not like, oh, this is a superhero in this like goofy comic book from the 80s. Let's modernize him. Like, no, he's a goofy superhero from the 80s. Make him a goofy superhero.
Boy Scout Superman.
I know.
Like,
he's like,
that's one of my favorite things is like, because people were talking about that because that was a clip before the movie came out. But when when we first see him and like Crypto like kind of interacting officially, Crypto's like tearing everything up, and he goes, "What the hey, dude?" And I'm like, that is such a Boy Scout.
What the hey, dude? Even that. So let's talk about the scene with like the big guy. All right, the big monster, the kaiju.
Yeah.
So something that was funny, I literally just recently saw this on TikTok, was so Henry Cavill. Not to compare, we like Henry Cavill, but the two major differences, in my opinion, are so Henry Cavill is in the courtroom and all these people get blown up.
I just saw that.
And he's aura farming, right? But then David Cornsweet goes out of his way to save a squirrel. Like, come on.
We didn't plan that, by the way. That was actually just, we just have the same For You page, I guess, because I just saw that this morning and I was like, huh. I should probably bring that up later.
Yeah, like I just thought that's something very notable about this Superman is like every life he's like, I gotta save. That's my job.
Okay, that too, because the kaiju even he's like talking to Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific's like, all right, what's the plan here? Because when the Justice Gang show up, so it's him, Guy Gardner's Green Lantern, and Hawk Girl. And Mr. Terrific's like, all right, so what's the game plan? What are we gonna do? Because he's like, you're the alien. This is an alien. What's the plan? And then Superman's like, well, I think the first thing we do is we should contain it and then get it somewhere safe so we can study it and return it to, where its home world belongs. And Mr. Terrific's like, oh, heck no. And he just starts going, he takes his tea or what? Trying to kill it, basically. And the whole time Stewart's like saving a bunch of people, but also he's like, oh, come on, there's gotta be a better way.
No, literally, that was a fun scene. Just all the superheroes being together, and that too. I really love that superheroes just exist in this universe. That if Superman needs help, they're gonna help him. If the superheroes need help, Superman's gonna help them. They're there. Like, why wouldn't they help them? There's not. I know we dog on Marvel a lot about wow, Kingpin takes over New York City and
Spider-Man's a fraud.
Spider-Man's a fraud. But in this universe, it's not like that. There's superheroes.
Well, and James Gunn did a great way of explaining it. So we're jumping ahead a little bit here, but I wanted to bring this up. So in the trailer, there's a shot of Superman and Lois. There's a big window behind them, and then you can kind of see Green Lantern fighting this like random dimensional creature. And in the movie, unbeknownst to us, Superman's intentionally like, they got it. I think that is the coolest thing ever. It's like Superman knows he's strong enough, he can just go stop it like that.
Yeah.
But he just lets them do it because one, there's a reason why, but also two, that just goes to show like, I think that's James Gunn's way of like explaining why sometimes superheroes don't get involved is sometimes they're like, it's them. Like they got it. I don't want to encroach on them. Like it's a logical reason instead of just like, where's Spider-Man?
Yeah.
So instead of like, where's Superman? It goes, oh, he's right here. He's like, yeah, y'all got it, So that like going forward, if we don't see Superman, it's like, oh, we can think that way,
Yeah. Can we also talk about the scene when, in my heart during the scene, because he knows that Lex took the dog and everything, and he's like, all right, I gotta go. Let them capture me. And she's like, what? And then he's like, yeah, that's probably where like Crypto is. And she's like,
the dog?
She's like, the dog? He's like, yeah, he's actually a bad dog. He's actually not a good dog at all. But he's probably alone. I'm like,
my heart.
Dude, like that's Superman. That's Superman.
Superman cares about everyone else above himself.
Yes.
And that is the most like that. I can't express it enough. They got Superman right.
Yes.
Like again, no disrespect to any of the former Superman actors. I love them all, but this is like James Gunn got it. Like,
yeah.
But that's the thing, because like I don't know. When I think Superman, I think this is the most powerful being in the world, possibly the universe, right?
Yeah.
But despite that, he is the most human, like at heart.
Yeah.
And they even say one of my favorite lines from that movie is towards the end, like towards the epilogue, and then he's like, because Lex is like, "You're just an alien. You're not, one of it, whatever." And then he goes, "I am just as human as anyone else. I make mistakes. I was like,
Bro, I'm like crying. I'm like, yes, you are Superman. I was like,
because I'm like, dude, that's the whole sense of it is Superman is supposed to represent hope and represent humanity. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh man, just talking about it, it's getting me like, dude, I love it.
I know me and you both agree on this, but let's just talk about it either way.
Yeah.
Rachel playing Lois Lane. Let's talk about Lois Lane. I think we both agree, but I'm gonna let you take the
Yeah, no,
lead on it
best Lois Lane
of all
ever.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, like she killed it. Rachel Brosnahan, I can't say her last name, but Brosnahan, I'll say that.
It's not just me, y'all.
Yeah. Get on it.
It's the names. It's not me.
No, yeah, it is the names. But no, she killed it. Like, not only does she look like Lois Lane, but like her whole personality, it's like she's this like
Yeah.
punk rock, like I'm gonna get the story no matter what and put myself out there. And also like love Superman is like he's too trusting.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is such a, and that's something too I love about Superman is he literally is too trusting. Like I did not expect the Justice Gang to know he was Clark Kent. So the fact they're just the first time they talk to him is like, Clark, what's the situation? I'm like, what?
What?
I'm so sorry.
Like, all right. Okay, Superman. Bro, yeah, I love Lois Lane. I thought she did great. I thought because before her, the best Lois Lane was from the Christopher Reeves movies.
Yes.
In my opinion. And I think she literally embodied that role and made it 10 times better. And then on top of that, she looks just like Lois Lane.
Agreed.
So that's, I was just telling Zach literally before we were recording, I was like, my favorite comic book run is the Flashpoint. I'm a huge Flash fan. So I'm like, this is a Lois Lane I could see going to the new mascara and getting that story. I'm like, because every other Lois Lane, I didn't see them doing that. I thought them as like just the girlfriend to Superman. No, this Lois Lane is like, she's not just the girlfriend to Superman. She's Lois Lane. She's her own thing.
Yeah, like I'm glad you brought that up because like that just dawned on me. I was like, dude, I haven't even considered like the possibility we might get a James Gunn Flashpoint movie at some point.
Bro, that's my dream project.
If we do, like, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it because I want it to happen. When we do, it is going to be the greatest movie like ever as far as DC goes.
If it's literally like the comic book, if it's literally like the
we might actually get Lois Lane going into the mascara and doing all that. Like,
and I've told you this. I'm like, I don't see it happening till like maybe 2040 because you got to establish so many characters for that. However, man, it's possible.
Anything's possible.
Like,
I trust
anything
James
is
Gunn.
possible.
Before we get more into the characters, I want to talk about this real quick too because I said this. So about a year ago, we were talking about Superman, and we both were kind of like on the fence of like, well, this could be the final fresh start we needed to like get things going, which we now know is.
Yeah.
But at the time, it was very much like we trust James Gunn, right?
Yeah.
But it's like it's all going to hinge on this movie. If it is as good as we hope, then we're trusting James Gunn with everything. And I can now confidently say I trust James Gunn with any DC project ever.
Yes.
Like whatever he decides to do, it's going to be great. Like I am convinced.
I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, I remember I was talking about that as being like this is the movie. Like the whole weight of the DC future projects is weighted on this movie, and he did good.
He exceeded it.
Bodying that. Another character I want to talk about. We talked about Lois Lane, greatest Lois Lane. I want to say. So in my opinion, I don't think Jimmy Olsen is the best Jimmy Olsen, but he did great. I still think Jimmy Olsen from the Christopher Reeves movies.
Yes.
I think he's the better Jimmy Olsen, in my opinion. However, this Jimmy Olsen was hilarious. I loved him.
He was such good comic relief, but also like we talked right before the podcast. What is his secret?
I know. We need to know his secret. James Gunn, tell us Jimmy Olsen's secret.
He's just locking in any girl that looks at him, bro. Like,
bro, this dude clocks into work, and like all the male girls over here are just looking at like Jimmy Olsen. And I'm like, what did he do?
I literally like, dude. I don't know if you heard it, but one of the girls they were talking. It was so audible. I was like, almost like, hello. And she said like, he's so fine. I was like, what?
Like. What?
Like, what's a brother got to do to be Jimmy Olsen around here? Like,
oh my gosh, dude.
This guy is amazing. But yeah, and also like, but that to that point too, that's something also. So with Lois and Jimmy Olsen, they felt the most like their characters, just in the sense of being reporters.
Yeah, they did feel like
It's like it was natural, and it's like they're trying to get the scoop and everything, but also like I just love it, man. It just felt so authentic.
yeah, and even like when they're in Mr. Terrific's like ship or
when
whatever,
they all get in there,
they're all like doing their
the whole thing.
job on the ship was really good. Like
That was such a
like,
cool
hey,
sequence.
type for me. All right, she's telling the story. The chief proofreads it, give it to him, publish. I'm like, that whole sequence was really underrated. I really, really loved it.
They got Perry right too. That was another.
They did
thing.
get Perry right.
and Cat.
Yeah.
Cat being in it. It's so weird.
The whole
'cause
Daily Planet gang, man.
literally, like the fact we got all of them.
Yeah.
In this like. Yes.
And the Daily Planet isn't a square building. It's the planet.
Thank you. I'm glad someone finally said it. You know how tired I was of seeing the same stupid square
Yeah,
building
bro.
every single time. I was like, finally, this is it.
Like I will give as much forgiveness to the Man of Steel as possible. That one is where that building is where I draw the line.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's start talking about before we start talking about the Justice Gang, let's talk about his parents.
Yeah, Mom and Paul.
Mom and Paul, and then we'll talk about Jor-El and
Yeah.
his Kryptonian parents. But let's talk about Mom and Paul.
So one of the most beautiful scenes in that whole movie was when Paul Kent goes and talks to Clark after, he's captured by Lex and all that. And dude, the line delivery there was so good, but also it's like, bro, like I feel it.
Yeah.
Like, this pride. It's like, this is my son. I don't,
Yeah.
And then like that, and I love that, all that, and also like because from what we've seen in the past, Paul Kent's very much like it's a very like
He just dies.
he just dies,
Yeah.
but also like he's very strict. He's like, don't use your powers.
Yeah.
But this version, the best version of Paul Kent, and I'm personality.
I agree with that. I
Like,
actually really do. Yeah.
It just makes sense. But like both parents were amazing. But yeah, all that to being said, he did such a great job of like, I'm proud of you. You're my son. Like whatever you are who you choose to be. And like that. There's so much good dialogue in this.
I know,
movie too.
like-
I'm a sucker for good dialogue.
He decided to write fire. This
no, it's
entire
just
movie.
that whole movie.
Yeah.
Just like.
Somebody cooked here. Man, I love both of them. I love Martha and Jonathan Kent. I think they looked like Southern, Midwestern,
Kansas.
whatever. They looked like Kansas parents.
Farmers, yeah.
They look like how they didn't know how to. I like how they didn't know how to use the phone. Like
Yeah.
you're
Oh yeah,
your
she's
dad
just like
too.
speaking like this.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's like an older Southern woman and older Southern men. And I thought they did that very well.
That too of just like I think because I told you this right after the movie whenever we saw it, it was like this is the first time I feel like we finally it makes sense why Mom and Paul look the way they do, like looks wise casting. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like they're not supposed to look like Superman's parents.
Exactly.
They just look like these two random old people that just happen to have a baby crash
Yeah.
on their farm and take them in. And I'm like, I'm glad we finally saw that. No disrespect to the former Paul.
Yeah, they all did good.
Pauls,
Yeah, all the old ones.
but like, it's just like, again, the vision. It's there. It makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with that, and brilliant casting on that. And let's talk about his Kryptonian parents. And before we talk about that, I just want to give a big props to that. They speak Kryptonian.
That was so
Thank
surreal.
God. I never thought about that.
I never thought we would see Kryptonian speech
Yeah, because I was like,
on the big screen.
that makes sense, and he's obviously very editable in that with James Gunn is with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
They all have like the voice thing that translates for them because they don't all speak the same language.
Right.
They're from different planets, so they don't all speak English. So I really appreciate James Gunn for doing that for the Kryptonians. But tell me about what you thought about Jor-El and I forgot the mom's name.
Yeah, I forgot to. But Bradley Cooper as Jor-El. That was
Bradley
really
Cooper.
cool. I'm like, man, James Gunn really loves his actors. And I love that. Like, I know
Yeah.
everyone makes fun of him for that. And I don't care because
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah, he's using the actors he trusts.
That too, yeah. It's like, why wouldn't you? Like, I'm just saying, like, me personally, like, if I have, Tom Brady, I'm gonna play Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I see it. But all that being said, it was perfect, and that's the thing too. Jor-El had very little screen time, and it was just mainly the recording.
Yeah, yeah.
But which was a good thing because I think they made it evident, like and then the grand reveal of like why they sent him to Earth was crazy. I was not expecting that, but it changes your whole like perception on the origin story. You know what I mean? In the sense of like, because like in Man of Steel, we saw Jor-El and his mom, and it's like this whole setup with the origin and everything. Yeah. There's so much lore there, and with this, it's like we already know all that, but also it's like it's a little different this time.
Yeah, I agree with that, because I feel like in previous versions of Jor-El, I feel like it always started with he's the main character until the planet dies, and it's like, okay, now Superman is the main character. And this, it's just like, no,
Superman was always the main character.
Yeah, he's the main character the whole time. These dudes are just recordings to him, right?
And that's the issue. He doesn't know his parents. Like,
yeah, so like
truly doesn't know them.
So like he truly loves his earthly parents, who are Martha and John. I don't know if I actually believe, because they said it was a lie. The recording, the translation.
Well, okay, I don't know.
I don't know though. Like,
I think I'm gonna have to do some more research on that. Plus, like when we go see it again, because that's a whole other thing. But I think, from my understanding, because again, it was damaged, right?
Yeah.
That's why. But I think that's why they kept saying they had the world's best language interpreters translate it, and that is what. But I could see how it could be doctored, yes.
No, but like, okay, but I feel like Luther said that. I feel like Luther and the president, they said that, like, oh, we did good at like faking the recording or all that.
I don't remember them saying.
I feel like they said, like, whenever he went through the portal, the president, the first time.
I mean, I don't think they were talking about that though. I could be wrong.
I feel like they. Okay, maybe we
have to watch it again.
Yeah, we'll watch it again. But
we'll bring this up next episode.
But I do, because like that's something I was like, there's no way he actually said that.
I hope you're right. I do hope, because I'm like, it just, to me, it feels very out of character
for both of them.
Superman lore for his parents to be like, yeah, go and reproduce and just take over the world. That doesn't sound right.
That doesn't sound like them. I feel like Jor-El's never been written like that.
No.
So I feel like James Gunn would be very big. So I don't know. I feel like it's like how Superman 1 and Superman 2 were like basically two movies. I feel like this is gonna lead into, which I don't think the next time we see Superman is gonna be in Superman 2.
I think it'll be in Supergirl.
Supergirl probably, but I feel like in the next Superman movie we're gonna get more answers on that.
Probably. So. Well, even like that too. I feel like when we see her movie, I think we'll probably actually see a Krypton. Maybe.
Yeah, I feel like we're getting more.
So I think we're gonna get a little bit more light shed on that. Because again, like we talked about, like we're finally gonna see a very like comic accurate Supergirl in terms of like she's
a teenager and her planet dies.
Like she's depressed, bro. Like she's going through it. Yeah, which we'll go ahead. Spoiler, but Supergirl showed up.
Yes, we will. No, let's talk about her now.
We'll just talk real quick since we're on the topic.
Supergirl had her cameo. Unexpected, but. She looks good. She looks like a good Supergirl.
Millie Alcock might be the best Supergirl of all time. Even though we saw her for this much. Yeah. I don't care. I love Melissa Benoist though. She is also real.
Right now, that's my favorite.
I still think that after Supergirl, that might change.
Yeah, that might change after Supergirl. But I don't know. She looked like it. She looked good. I loved how like Supergirl is like the problem child. Let's go drink on other planets. All that.
Yeah.
And then Superman's like the goody
two shoes.
Goody two shoes. Like her and that dog's relationship is like toxic. Or
there's no boundaries.
Yeah, there's no boundaries. Yeah.
Gary.
He sounds like a concerned parent, and then I don't know. I feel like that's gonna be a good dynamic.
And that's what's funny too, and that's the beauty of it, because it's supposed to be the other way around. Supergirl was supposed to be the older sibling basically to Superman, but because of her story and what happens, he gets there first. So really, he ages past her. Yeah, and the role switch. So it's very much it's like this older brother / father figure in her life of like. But also, he's like, she's got to do her own thing, but.
Yeah. But I'm excited to see Supergirl next year.
Next year's great.
Let's start talking about the Justice Gang.
Yes.
Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, and Mr. Terrific. Finally, for the first time ever, they're in a film.
Yeah.
On the big screen.
Ever.
Tell me your thoughts on each character. How'd you feel about them?
I loved it. Dude, I didn't expect... So that's something, too. I didn't expect Guy Gardner to be the leader. And that was... perfect. Like they did a good job of choosing that, because he is such a moron and I love him for it. But Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. Everyone was so like on the fence. It was a big controversial thing. It was like, why did they pick him? He doesn't even look blah 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 blah. You were all wrong. It was amazing.
No, he did really good.
That is Guy Gardner. Yeah. Like But that and just also Mr. Terrific was freaking amazing. He was aura farming the whole movie.
Terrific. I mean,
Say that again. And then Hot Girl, I think Isabel Merced, also really good. She didn't have a whole lot of screen time, but I think we'll see a lot of her soon, especially like Peacemaker season 2.
Yeah, they'll both be
because which that too is gonna be crazy, which we'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, that was really cool to like finally see the Justice Gang and like. Because I'm not gonna lie, when they announced that's the name, I'm like, this is such a lame name. But then when I saw, I was like, it makes sense.
It makes sense because that's a whole.
It's a goofy gimmick.
Goofy Guy Gardner gimmick. I really like one of my favorite scenes was when Metamorpho. We finally get Metamorpho on the big screen now.
Yeah.
But when he's like, I could join you guys, and Guy Gardner's like, we'll think about it. He's like, we're the Justice Gang. He's like, Metamorpho's like, I like that name. Guy Gardner's like. You're in.
No, immediately his face, he's like, you're in. And I was like, of course.
That's great.
Yeah, bro. So I don't know if you saw Justice League Unlimited. It's like the old cartoon from back in the day. But that's something, too, I feel like with all justice and everything. And also the fact we already have this many superheroes. I'm like, James Gunn might actually do like 1,000 superheroes in a watchtower one day. Like, just like how the show was. Because that was something like as a kid that blew my mind. I'm like, there's so many superheroes here.
Yeah, bro. Because that was something like in the back of my mind, like just watching the movie. I'm like, holy crap, we might see like the Flash, like a good Flash, and then Cyborg and Martian Manhunter, Green Arrow, Black Canary, the Atom, Red Tornado. Like the sky's the limit with the characters you can see.
Literally, there's so many DC superheroes, and that's the thing. Like that's the difference right now. Is like DC feels like the comic book, so it's like anyone that's on a comic book could show up in this universe, and I love that because it's like it's always going to keep us guessing until he announces stuff, and also like until we see it,
Yeah.
But no, it's such a good like setup. That's what I haven't mentioned this yet, but like when it opens with like the Superman Action Comics. Like,
yeah.
I was like,
oh, the DC look. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, bro, please do this for every DC project with the character. Because imagine Peacemaker, it's the same thing, just like Peacemaker show.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool little like niche thing he does.
Speaking of Unlimited, like the Watchtower and stuff, Hall of Justice, bro.
Yes, dude, Hall of Justice is amazing, and we were both geeking out at that.
Yeah.
But tell me some of your thoughts about the Hall of Justice and everything.
Okay. The first time we've seen the Hall of Justice in live action, we have seen a variation of it in like the Arrowverse with like the crossovers and stuff, but it wasn't titled the Hall of Justice. It was just the little air hangar that they had to meet up in. But now it's like officially had the name Hall of Justice. They were working on it, and like that just shows me like, okay, we're here.
Yeah.
DC is here.
It's happening.
Gosh, I was geeking out that because I just never thought I'd see the day where I'd see the Hall of Justice on the big screen. Because even like, yeah, the DCEU, they were like, oh, the Wayne Manor is the Hall of Justice. I'm like, no, screw that.
Yeah.
This is the Hall of Justice.
This is what it is. Yeah. I love it. And it's like I said, there's just so much that's starting just from this one movie. It's insane. Like that. Like I'm trying not to compare it to Marvel and stuff.
Yeah.
But if I were to compare, that would be like Iron Man 1 happening, right? And we already have Black Widow show up, and then Hulk show up, and like at the end they tease like the Avengers Tower or whatever. Like that just shows you how James Gunn is like taking his time, but also he's like, I'm not holding back. Like I'm getting this from the ground up going, and like this is an ongoing thing, and the fact that like that the attention to detail, like they were still making the Hall of Justice. Yeah. Like with the sign and everything. It's like a sign, like a metaphor of like, yeah, there's still more to come.
The Justice League is coming.
Yes, sir. That's going to be crazy when that happens.
I do kind of like, I do hope Justice Society is a thing as well.
Oh, yeah.
The JSA.
I feel like they could still do that with like Guy Gardner or Mr. I feel like that they might start with that. Or unless they do like a whole spin-off thing.
Yeah, or if they do like a whole like Earth 2 route, and like the Earth 2's Justice League is the JSA.
I didn't even think about.
Oh, dude, that would be so fire
and stuff.
If like they had the Earth 2, and the Earth 2 was like the original characters, right? Like the original Justice Society of America with like.
I didn't think about that.
That would be perfect.
Like that's not multiple Earths hasn't been on my radar until you just said that. But I'm like, James Gunn doing that, like
that's gonna be insane.
Holy crap!
And that's a ways away, I assume.
A long ways. I hope it's a long ways away.
I mean, to compare it with Marvel 2008, and we didn't get the multiverse till 2021.
Yeah,
So
easily like
that's 13 years.
almost 20 years. Yeah.
So we might not see it till like 2040.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about the fun cameo of Peacemaker.
Bro, John Cena. Dude, the irony, we just talked about wrestling, and now we're like, everything's connecting, bro. But yeah. That was really cool because like I was so surprised, because neither of us even mentioned Peacemaker as a possibility in this movie. Like I don't think either of us thought he would show up. So the fact he just shows up on a TV out of nowhere, and me and Landon both are like,
Really?
it's funny because like the crowd we were in, like some people were also like that.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people were like, eh. But like me and Lane are like, oh my god, it's him.
He's here.
Like, dude,
He's now.
I'm so excited. Like, it's so crazy.
If you want to hear us actually talk about John Cena, we have a wrestling episode that came out like our last episode, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was our last episode.
Yeah, it was our last episode. So, Metropolis is officially in Delaware.
That was
we
cool.
have like official locations of things, and it's not. I really like how they're made up cities, but not made up states. If that makes sense.
Yes.
So like Smallville is Smallville, Kansas.
Yes.
Metropolis is Metropolis, Delaware. I love that.
It's beautiful because I think that's how it should be. Because like you want a little bit of realism when you make comic book movies, but also it has to be different enough where it's like you feel like it, for lack of a better term, it's an escape. You're getting into this world, but like it just shows so much more realism. Because like that's one thing I didn't like about like even like Batman versus Superman. It's like Gotham and Metropolis. Oh, they're right by each other. Where's right by each other?
I know. It's like where are we at?
Where are we in the world?
Yeah.
Like even the Fortress of Solitude. Like, oh, we're in Antarctica. I'm like,
it's like thank you. Like
name drop.
like I want Gotham to say, yeah, this is Gotham, Pennsylvania, or I want Central City to be like, this is Central City, Washington, or something.
Yeah, wherever
it is, you know, or
just to have an idea too, because that's something too to consider. Because I mean, like, okay, MCU wise, for example, like when Ant-Man and the Wasp happened, that was all the way in San Francisco.
Exactly.
So it explains like, yeah, he doesn't know what else is going on with Avengers: Infinity War because that's all in like New York and Africa. So it's like, I want that in DC because that also gives more layer. Because like to me, like in just my head, and I'm not predicting this, but I am saying like this is what I think it'll probably be.
Yeah.
Is I think Central City is gonna be like in California. Like I think it's gonna be kind of like the San Francisco area, like that. That to me, when I think Central City, that's what I think. But also like
because it is by a bay.
Exactly, and it would make sense because it's like like Superman and the Flash being on total opposite sides of the country just makes sense.
I could. Not to make a Chicago joke, but I could totally see Gotham being in Illinois, just being like just Chicago. That's Chicago's Gotham. That would be funny.
Detroit.
Detroit would be better. Hey, put it in Detroit.
Honestly,
please.
that would be amazing.
Put Batman in a Lions jersey.
Dude, that would actually be insane if we got that. Crazy. Especially if it's Alan Richardson just wearing. I'm saying until it happens. Dang it.
Let's. I also want to talk about just the Lois and Clark dynamic.
Yes.
They're already together, and because the last thing we saw of Lois and Clark was Tyler Hoechlin and I forgot her name, but in the Lois and Clark show that recently ended last year, and now we got a new Lois and Clark, and I think their
chemistry is perfect.
I know, it really is.
Like I was never. There was no point where I'm like, are they really like, you know? It just felt like natural, which is so rare to get that between actors, you know, because like it's hard to do, you know, because like you're supposed to like get in this romantic role with someone that like you may not even know very well, but they just like it just felt so real. Because even all the promo stuff they've done for them, like they look like legit great friends in real life. And, like, that's a really cool thing to see. It's like to translate that onto the big screen. But to that point too, like our first legit interaction between them, like as a couple, is it's their anniversary, their 3-month anniversary. He makes her breakfast for dinner, and then they do the whole interview scene. And dude,
that was a good scene.
Oh my god,
that was probably one of the best scenes in the movie.
The dialogue, but also like it just we see the difference between Clark and Superman.
Bro, the freaking Miss Lane,
dude, literally he just went. Lock in.
I was like,
Fun fact too, David Cornsweet actually went to Juilliard for like acting and stuff, just like Reeves did.
oh, okay,
Chris
yeah.
Reeves. So like that was a really cool like similarity to thing, but also
Yeah.
just like it makes sense because he's such a phenomenal actor, man.
He
like,
did
as
good.
Superman,
I loved him in Twisters, and I love him. He's like, that's the thing too. Is like after watching Twisters, you're like, oh, this is the Superman guy. All right, this is just David, whatever. And Superman, it's like, this is not David. This is Clark freaking Kent, Kal-El, whatever.
Also,
Superman.
this is something I love too, which is a very small detail. No one calls him Kal-El except the Superman bots and Jor-El and his mom. Like, everyone just calls him Clark. And I thought that was such a cool thing because, like, it shows you, to the plot of this story, he's kind of not ditched the Kal-El name, but, like, he's embraced, I am Clark. I want to be human.
Yeah.
He wants to be human so bad that he's like, no, call me my human name.
Mm-hmm.
And that's such a difference with this Superman. Because, like, Henry Cavill was like, yeah, my name's Kal-El.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just so different to me, you know? But to that point, yeah, the whole interview scene was amazing because, again, Lois Lane was amazing having Rachel play her because she did not hold back.
Yeah.
She just was like, all right, if you're for real about this.
And that just shows like who Lois Lane is, you know?
Yeah,
like,
she can put all that aside. And at the end of the day, she's a journalist. She's going to report what she needs to report, you know?
And it really just shows her passion for the game. Like, she loves this job. She loves reporting the news, and that's what we see her do. And man, that was such a good scene. I loved it.
It really was.
And then just Superman being a dork. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
You refer to yourself third person. Well, I'm like, yeah, that's Superman.
Literally. That too, and the fact that he didn't know how to stop the recording thing. I thought that was such a funny little detail because it's like,
so how you do that? How you?
I forget he's an alien.
Yeah.
He's like bro doesn't know what it is.
I'm like, this guy's awesome. I such a good Superman. One of my favorites. Top two, in my opinion.
Agreed.
I saw Reeves above him, but he's next in line. Yeah, 100%. Let's see. Let's talk about the end credits. All right.
Oh yeah.
Nothing too big, but I still love them. That shot, oh my gosh.
Dude, the shot of him on the moon with Krypto and Krypto hugging him, the whole theater was like, I want to talk about this. James Gunn is one of the only directors to make me feel so many emotions for an animal, bro.
I know, bro.
Like, it started with the stupid raccoon. I want a raccoon now. I make this joke all the time. I want a pet raccoon because of Rocket. But, like, it's such a real thing, though, because it's like, how can a... Also, the fact, too, that is... So, fun fact, Krypto is James Gunn's dog.
Yeah, like
I know you know that.
The model is, like, based off
it's literally his dog. So, the fact that James Gunn did that was awesome, because, like... Also, he just looks like Krypto. Like, if you look at Krypto in the comics, that's him. Like, that's the dog. But no, it was so beautiful because it's like, it just, my heart, bro.
I know, bro. And, man, let's talk about Krypto. Dude, like, I was telling Zach this as we were leaving the theater. I was like, we really just saw Superman fighting Ultraman while freaking Krypto helps. And then after, Mr. Terrific just shows up. I'm like, this is a DC movie. We're seeing all these DC characters interact.
And it's natural. It's not
natural
forced at all. Like,
but yeah, tell me about Krypto. How do you feel about the best dog ever?
Literally, like, I love the fact that we got to see Krypto on the big screen finally, but also just the fact of, like, I didn't expect, because I think everyone went into it going like, oh, it's Superman's dog. And the twist that it's not even his dog.
Yeah.
It's Kara's, and it's like...
It makes sense why he's like horrible dog.
Yeah, it's like, that makes so much sense. Yeah. But also it's the fact of like, but then that final shot means so much more because it shows like he still loves that dog.
Yeah.
Like that's his dog too, even though it's like.
You brought that dog, man.
Dude, I was dying that they kept that in there.
Yeah.
Because the dog man joke is so funny, bro.
Dog man does make a cameo in this movie.
The goat.
The goat himself. You have anything else on Krypto?
Not on Krypto, no. Yeah, just great character. He was awesome. So there's one person we need to talk about.
Yes, we were about to bring
I feel like you're about to bring it up. Lex Luthor, everybody.
I'm just gonna let you take it, bro, because I have my own thoughts. I'm gonna let you to go ahead.
Yeah,
first.
you already know I'm gonna geek out about this. So, for those who don't know, Nicholas Hoult plays Lex Luthor. Most of you will probably be familiar. He played Beast in some of the X-Men movies, specifically like First Class. Dark Phoenix.
He was in all of them, yeah.
Like
All the newer ones, you know.
The newer timeline ones. So he was also in Juror Number 2, which
Great movie.
gotta watch that.
Watch that movie.
It's such a good movie.
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, he cooks. So he's known for a couple things. But that being said, he killed it as Lex Luthor. Like, you talk about, like, in my opinion, the best Lex Luthor on the big screen that we've gotten to date.
I didn't expect that.
Like, I knew it. Like, I had a feeling he'd be good, but bro, he killed it. Like I'm just saying, bro. Like, almost Oscar worthy. Just the fact of, like, the way he was able to, like, play his character. But the fact we see Lex Luthor screaming and crying from rage,
Literally,
because he hates Superman. Like, I've told you this like a little bit ago off the podcast. But the fact we get, like, the grand evil plan, everyone's like, oh, Lex is doing all this just so he can have Baravia and, like, have his own little empire. And then he just admits to Superman and goes, you think I want to kill you so I can have my own empire? No, I made an empire so I can kill you. And in Superman's face of, like, dog, what did I do?
But yeah, man, Lex Luthor, dude, like, the ultimate crash out, if,
Literally,
to say the least.
we got the most ultimate crash out and the most rage bait known to man in one movie.
I mean, the whole scene of him just rage baiting Superman when he, like, knocks on the door, like, where's the dog? I'm like, that is so great. He cares.
I have no idea what you're talking about. In fact, he's, like, about to flip the table and just picks up his coffee cup real quick.
The fact that, like, they don't even hide that he's pure evil. He killing the Indian dude.
Oh yeah.
Like, I did not expect death. That's the thing about the movie. I didn't expect, like, murder.
Yeah, that was shocking. And the fact that even he was like, oh, that was quick. I was like, bro does not care. Like,
bro, that was really funny, though. He's like, go get that reporter he does interviews with, Clark Kent, I think that's his name. I'm like,
little do you know. Dude, if he ever finds out Clark Kent is Superman, he's going to flip out.
Bro.
Because he's going to be so angry that he didn't figure it out sooner.
I was actually really hoping we'd see him, like, like, go to jail, and the jail be, like, Arkham.
Oh, dude.
But
yeah.
I was like, we might not see anything like that related yet, but
probably not.
That probably would have been a funny Easter egg if they did do that.
I do want to see, because
but they didn't show where he went, so he could be in Arkham. Yeah,
but that's the thing too. Speaking of, like, Nicholas Hoult, he's that's the thing too. Both Nicholas Hoult and David Cornsweet are huge nerds when it comes to, like, comics and stuff. So the fact that they filled these roles are perfect, because that's who you want taking the helm of these roles. But also, Nicholas Hoult already said, like, he'd love to do a team up as Lex Luthor with the Joker at some point.
Stuff like that would be, oh man,
dude.
I didn't even think about the Joker in this universe, man.
It's gonna be amazing. Like,
I feel like he's gonna go straight, like, the hair, and oh man, that's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a very, very good Joker. Yeah. However he decides to do it.
Fun fact about Nicholas Hoult, I'm sure you've seen this, but he had auditioned for Superman first. And then,
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
actually.
And then James Gunn was like, "I'm gonna keep you around," and then he had him audition for Lex, and he got Lex. I was like, I love when stuff like that happens. Like, Tom Hiddleston auditioned for Thor, and then got Loki. I'm like, that's gotta be a good feeling as, like, a director. You're, like, trying to find your guy, and then you find your other character that you're like, oh, now I don't gotta do auditions for that.
Perfect.
It's like, that works out.
No, literally. But yeah, and that thing too is, like, James Gunn does such a good job of giving. I don't want to say non-popular actors, because, like, I feel like Nicholas Hoult is fairly popular.
Yeah, he's done a lot.
Known for roles, but you're giving them a greater pedestal to shine on. Even, like, David Cornsweet, because, like, I didn't even know he was in Twisters till you told me, and like, now I'm like, that's awesome, because, you know, he's making a run for his money.
Bro, I saw that with my friend. With my other friend. Sorry, bro. I was like, because, like, I watched that after they announced David Cornsweet was Superman, so I was like, that guy looks familiar. I was like, that's Superman. wait. I love this movie 10 times more. I was like, that's the guy.
Literally. The monkeys.
Oh, the monkeys, man.
The funniest scene in the whole movie. So we haven't even talked about the Pocket universe, which we'll talk about that too. But okay, they go to the Pocket universe after Superman turns himself in, because Lex gets proof that Superman needs to be taken into custody, right? That's the whole plot. and he's giving him a tour of the Pocket Universe. And bro, not only does he have Metamorpho like use kryptonite, because so this is a cool fact. There's no more kryptonite on the Earth.
Yeah.
So Lex, being Lex, found a guy who can make kryptonite and just does that, which is cool. But then we go, literally like taking a tour through the universe. And then there's a bunch of monkeys. He goes, and this are my super thinking or my super monkeys. And then Superman's like, huh? At first, and then he goes, and then he puts two and together. He goes, it was you. You're the one on social media making me mad. And it's like, bro, that is the most like diabolical thing ever.
Like Lex Luthor going to every corner just to like dog and just hate on Superman is like the most Lex Luthor thing.
Literally.
Also, I didn't really think about that. I kind of just clicked right now. I wonder if the reason why there's no more kryptonite is because a certain someone has found all of it.
Batman. Thank you. Because I was hoping you'd bring that up because I was thinking about that earlier when we talked to this off the podcast.
Yeah.
I was like, I wonder, because Batman being Batman, I just know James Gunn being James Gunn, he's gonna do the contingency plan storyline. Like we know it's gonna happen. And of course the richest man on the earth, also arguably one of the smartest, is going to have his hands on some. So
yeah,
that would make sense.
Man, I'm not going to lie. Lex Luthor might be the smartest man.
I think he brain beats brawn.
Literally, like him being like A1, A7, A4. Him knowing that you need DNA to get to the... It's basically Tony Stark was a bad guy.
That's kind of how I saw
basically.
Like, I'm not going to disagree at all because that's how I see it. And that's what I love because Lex Luthor, because that's one thing that rubbed me the wrong way in Batman vs. Superman, having that version of Lex, because it didn't feel as authentic Lex Luthor, if that makes sense. Like he did a good job.
Yeah, Jesse Eisenberg, man.
He did a great job as Lex. I see the vision, but character wise, they made him more like, oh, I hate Superman, I'm gonna be evil, instead of like, I am smarter than you.
Yeah.
And just to get outsmarted by Superman using his dog was like the biggest
I am smarter, I am better, I am taller, I don't know.
Yeah, literally. I'm balder. That tutor. Get this bald freak.
You mentioned okay, so we both caught the Jitters mention.
Yes, Jitters Coffee.
Jitters Coffee, which huge Flash fans. So I'm like, yeah. And then you saw the
Big Belly Burger. I love because being huge Arrowverse fans that we were with CW shows. That was a big thing. Was Big Belly Burger. It was in the show all the time, which is their equivalent to probably Burger King or something like that.
Yeah.
Bro, and that was cool. Yeah, I just saw it's only a brief little section in the movie. It's when Superman's fighting the kaiju. Yeah. You just see a billboard that just says Big Belly Burger, and I was like,
yeah, the things.
No.
Say that again.
No. Speaking of, what was it? At some point in the movie, they were talking about the kaiju. It says the Justice Gang killed the thing.
Oh yeah.
And I look at you, I was like,
See, it's not Fantastic Four versus Superman. It's Fantastic Four and Superman.
Exactly.
They can coexist,
Literally, that's the most beautiful thing about it right now. Just two great comic book movies that are going to share the spotlight together. Yeah. And because I said, we're going to see both a lot.
And they're both bright. They're both.
Yeah,
they look like they translate well.
That too. We already kind of talked about cinematography and stuff, but this is in my opinion, the best cinematography, Superman, in the sense of the colors are vibrant. It literally felt like he peeled it off a comic book page. Yeah. Even the Fortress of Solitude, bro. I was it was amazing, dude. I was like, bro, what?
Let's see. I feel like we've talked about almost everything.
Just about, yeah.
Just about. I do want to talk about some future projects that are coming out. Let's talk about this stuff.
Now that we have a foundation,
finally. So I'm just gonna name off all the projects real fast, and then we'll just discuss them. So these aren't in release order or anything, but these are things that are coming out. So Peacemaker season 2 obviously coming out, and that's gonna be a whole thing.
Oh yeah,
this is a whole different universe. The end of Peacemaker 1 ended with the DCEU Justice League, and so it's there's a whole another universe. We saw So we'll talk about more about that. And then obviously the Batman Part 2, which isn't a part of this universe.
Yeah.
Which we both want that and don't want that. It's like
it's a very mixed feeling thing.
Very mixed feeling, but I think that's like the greatest, like, I'm happy either way type of deal.
Literally, either way's a win. We're getting Batman.
Yeah. And then the dynamic duo, which is the Robin Orton movie.
I'm so excited because
animated.
I love Red Hood.
That's good. Oh man, that's gonna be a fun one.
Geek out on that.
The Lanterns TV series, which we mentioned earlier in this show. That after seeing Guy Gardner,
dude, I want
excited for that
because I've said it before on the podcast, I'm pretty sure, but Jon Stewart's my favorite Green Lantern.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see that finally be a thing on the big screen.
On the big screen, yeah. And yeah, I'm just glad he said the Lantern Corps, like the Green Lantern Corps.
Dude, that dude was so funny.
I was like, he said it.
The whole bit with the oath is like, it's against my oath. Here we go. Every time Guy doesn't want to do something, he brings up the stupid oath and twists it.
Man, it's great. And then the Brave and the Bold is in development, which is supposed to be the team up movie with Batman and Superman.
That was peak, dude. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for that.
A character we didn't talk about actually in Creature Commandos Season 2 is coming, but Rick Flag Sr.
Oh, yeah, we even talked about
yeah, the first character translated to live action from the animated show. Dude. He sounds just like Rick Flag. I don't know if he voiced him. I'm gonna look that up real fast. But tell me how you thought about Rick Flag.
I loved it. It is funny too because like it still felt like I was looking at Crossbones for a second, but I like that they kind of soft introduced him into this with the live action stuff. But they hinted too he's gonna have a big role to play later because him and that one dude were talking like after the fact when the Justice Gang saved all the people in Bolivia and stuff. Wow. And he was like, well, Flag, you know, here we are. Now the metahumans are doing what they want to do, or like they have the say now. So it's like you could see Flag thinking, and it's like, bro, we might get the Suicide Squad.
I know.
He might be. I don't know, like.
Man, and yeah, he does voice him in Creature Commandos.
That's cool.
So I'm like, that's a cool thing that Gunn did. I'm sure he definitely thought about that with both shows. Yeah, I'm excited to see more of Rick Flag. He did really good, and I do think that's like the major, like, just like the connection piece that James Gunn used to be like, yeah, the animated shows also tie into the movies and the live action.
Because we talked about on the previous episode with Creature Commandos, the fact we see this Superman like the vision flash thing was really cool. So like, but yeah, he might be one of the first like comic book directors to be able to like smoothly transition animated to live action interchangeably.
Yes, yeah.
Like in a good way. Because I mean, and again, no just to Marvel or anyone else, but like I can't think of a specific time that's been done and where other than like Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Like where they're sharing the screen.
Yeah.
But like to actually see
like the same character.
Yeah.
Like, the only time we've saw in Marvel recently is just Captain Carter, and we all have our own feelings about that. Other shows, so The Authority is in development, which I'm not really familiar with that. Yeah. There is supposed to be a Bane and Deathstroke movie coming out, which that sounds cool.
That's like some of my favorite villains, bro. Deathstroke especially.
There is a Wonder Woman movie in development. They are working on the script. They are doing a Waller TV series in development.
Interesting.
She is also in Creature Commandos, so.
Oh yeah, you did tell me that.
There is a Blue Beetle animated series in development, and the guy who plays Miguel in Cobra Kai, I don't know his name. He has a really weird name, but he's coming back to voice that character.
He should.
Because he did say that character is... So the character is canon to DCU, but I don't think the movie's canon.
Yeah, that makes sense. They're moving forward with the actor. It's kind of like Peacemaker, which we'll see how that plays in with Peacemaker.
That's going to be very interesting. But I think we both agree that Peacemaker 2 is going to be a very pivotal show.
Oh, agreed.
Bigger pivotal show than we might think, you know?
I 100% agree.
Yeah, that's kind of like the bigger shows. The Sergeant Rock was canceled. That was the show that he said was canceled.
Which, props to him for being like, you know what? I can't make it work. I'm not going to do it. Because that is one thing I wish Marvel would do is like, as much as it sucks to can a project, if you know in your heart you can't do it and do it right, then just don't do it.
Exactly. And then Clayface. I think I already said Clayface, but
Clayface is gonna be good.
And Supergirl next year.
The fact that like we're getting Supergirl 1 year from now is insane to me. Like
And I'm excited for it. I'm excited for
I'm
it.
already excited. Like, I'm already like, my mind's like, all right, I want Supergirl now. Like,
Yeah.
if it's anything like Superman, bro. And also, because correct me if I'm wrong, that'll be the next DCU movie, right? Or does Clayface come out before that? I don't remember.
Nope. Supergirl is the next movie.
Okay, that's what I
And then
thought.
Clayface comes out
After that,
2 months after that.
Dude, next year, bro.
Next year we get 2 DCU
We're
movies.
getting
Come
2
on.
DCU movies. We're getting Avengers Doomsday. We're getting Spider-Man.
This is definitely the thing I want everyone to take away from this show, from this episode, and me and him are both agree with it, I'm pretty sure. But the key to this universe is patience.
Yes.
For example, Dynamic Duo isn't supposed to come out till like 28.
Yeah.
That's after Secret Wars, man.
Which is crazy.
There's going to be a long line of like patience, waiting for things to come out. And I think in the end game of this, it's going to be very well received and very well worth it. I say patience. The only character I'm getting impatient with is the Flash, but I know that's going to come out soon. But
I think
that's like my favorite superhero ever, and I can't wait to know what he does with that.
I really hope that he just full sends it and it reverse flashes the villain and it's Anthony Starr, bro.
Dude, he is the perfect. He is the perfect Eobard.
Like, we keep talking about it because the first time you brought it up, I was like, bro, you're right. Like, this would be perfect. Bro. So I agree. If they, man, like, gosh, I want to finally say I have watched the best Flash movie ever.
I know, because
to be this, like,
yeah, because I mean, I was just like as excited for the Flash movie, even though Ezra Miller's a weirdo.
Yeah,
I was still like, we are getting a Flash
finally getting
on
a Flash
the
movie.
Big screen, and you know, I took away there was very little things I liked in that movie, which is sad, and the fact that I don't know, that's a whole thing. But I cannot wait for a Flash film and for the Flash to be incorporated. But back to Superman.
Yes,
brilliant movie. One of if not the greatest comic book movie of all time.
Agreed. It's definitely in my top 5, just comic book movies in general, like easily.
I do want to give just a big thanks to like all the Superman in the past. Christopher Reeves, Dean Cain, Tom Welling, Brandon Routh, Henry Cavill, Tyler Hoechlin, and David Cornsweet. I forgot the older guy. I'm gonna look him up real fast.
Yeah.
Out of those, who's like some of your like favorite Superman?
I mean, definitely. I mean, Christopher Reeves is like up there, especially when we saw the Super/Man documentary. That made me respect and like love him even more as a Superman. I love Henry Cavill. I love David Cornsweet. That's the thing too, is like there, in my humble opinion, there isn't a bad Superman. Like,
no, there is, yeah.
Like, sure, there's not like as good Superman movies, Superman 4, but like there is great Superman, and I think that is a real cool legacy to have. Just like Spider-Man, to me, it's the equivalent of that. Like Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland, all great Spider-Man in their own respectable way. Same with Superman. I feel like any one of them you can be like, yeah, they're good. Like obviously, like some are better than others to certain people, but like you could look at them and go, this is a legacy.
It is a legacy. I mean, and George Reeves and Kirk Allen are the other 2 Supermen that I did not mention on that list, live action wise. But I agree with that. There's not a bad Superman. I understand some people are like, man, Cavill didn't even play Superman. He just played like this guy who has Superman powers. I'm like, I get that, but he did it pretty good. I think he did good. It wasn't the best.
No,
but he did what he could.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Superman 2025, the movie. It was a genius movie.
It was amazing. That's the thing. Like, there's almost too much to talk about because there's so much to this movie. And again, like we said, it's more than just the movie. It's the foundation of the DCU going forward. And there's just so many. Again, I made the joke. I could talk about this for like 5 hours. I'm not being serious. It's that good. Like I could just talk about it. And again, that's the thing is like James Gunn knew what he was doing, and I feel like this is a reaction he wanted. Is he wants people to not just be like, oh man, I'm invested. Like this is gonna be good, but also just like to just enjoy a movie.
So Zach, out of like, so I've mentioned. Mine's The Flash, Wally West, Barry Allen, whoever do it. the character I want to see live action. But what character are you looking forward to see on the live action big screen?
So for me, I'd probably say Red Hood, just because like Jason Todd's my favorite Robin, and that whole storyline is like, it's crazy. Like the reveal and all that. So I kind of want to see that. I know it's like a darker storyline, but also like Red Hood is just one of the coolest characters.
He really is cool. It looks
like
dope.
His whole story, like, and he goes through so many different levels of like morality too. So I think that'd be fun to explore. But it's him. I want to see Martian Manhunter.
Oh, that's gonna be
because
fun.
like he's such a cool character, and he's kind of underrated. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like he doesn't get enough love. So I want to see like a lot to that character because he's a really cool one. And I think there's just so many characters, and obviously Flash, because I feel like we agree. Flash is like, I know Flash is your favorite,
My like all-time favorite. Yeah,
mine's Spider-Man, but Flash is like right there.
Yeah.
So in DC terms, he is my favorite. So I really want to see a good Flash storyline, and I want to see Flashpoint down the line. But again, I want that to be like its own thing, not a Flash movie, but like a whole, you know what I mean? But yeah, there's that, and then there's just so many, bro. There's like I'm just thinking of Justice League Unlimited right now.
Yeah,
like that kind of like there's so many, you know. Like there's Plastic Man even, bro.
Oh yeah, Plastic Man. That could be something.
James Gunn, Plastic Man would be pretty good.
He should direct that movie. He definitely should. That fits him. Like,
agreed. It's right up his alley, bro.
Yeah, it's his style.
But yeah, there's just like the list goes on and on. Like I would run out of brain cells trying to name all of them. So. But what about you? Other than Flash, is there anyone else specific in mind you want to see?
You know, not trying to stick with the Arrowverse, but I do want to see the Green Arrow on live screen and on the big screen with Black Canary. I think it would be funny seeing their take on the Atom. That would be fun to see.
Yeah.
I feel like we're there with the Red Tornado. He is a classic character, so that would be I feel like they're at a point where they can make us care for the Red Tornado and make a good story for him. But yeah, like you said, there is literally so much. We still haven't gotten a Cyborg movie. Yeah, you know, like
that too.
I want that. I want a Cyborg movie. I want I want some of the Teen Titans characters to get their own movie.
I want to see Teen Titans so bad.
I want to see that. Is this what's her name?
Starfire
and Raven and
Beast Boy.
I want to see Beast Boy. I want to see the romance of Dick Grayson and Starfire. I feel like that's a
yes.
Is it that? Yeah, I want to see that. That's like a big thing. But yeah, I can't wait for the future of this, man. I can't wait.
The sky's the limit. Like truly, there's so much we could potentially see.
I mean. Like I said, I'm a big Flash fan, so like obviously I want to see all the Speed Force characters. I want to see the Jesse Quick and her father, and I want to see
even Jay Garrick. That one especially.
I want to see Bart Allen. I know he's doing villain movies right now. I feel like an Eobard Thawne movie would be fire.
Oh my
just
gosh.
his origin.
Reverse Flash is my favorite villain.
Yeah, he's like
easily.
I mean, I know he said Anthony Starr. I think that fits perfect because he's literally playing the Reverse Flash version of Superman. So I'm like that. That's also a good reason.
It makes sense.
It just makes sense.
No.
Yeah, all around perfect, great movie, and I cannot wait for the future of
literally
this universe.
10 out of 10. We'll see again.
We'll see again multiple times.
Too many times.
Like I said, thank you to all the former Supermen who've paved the way for us to finally have a universe and a legit universe that's not rushed, but that's actually cared for and directed.
And that cares for the fans.
Yes, it's not like trying to outbuy or outgross a Marvel movie. Is just trying to be its own thing, you know. And I like that.
And thank you, James Gunn. That was a big step, and I'm sure the pressure's there to like step into that role at DC and like be the head honcho.
Yeah.
So, and he's handled it with grace, and also like he's just an awesome dude. So I'm really glad that he's putting humanity into his stories, but also he is not just giving us the ride of a lifetime; he's taking us with him. Yeah. So yeah. Shout out to all the Supermen, him, the cast, crew, like literally everything involved with DC right now is amazing.
Yeah, and anyone else who gets casted as the next superheroes in the next like whoever gets casted as like Martian Manhunter, Cyborg, Flash, any of that, it's gonna be a ride, man.
It is. I'm all for it.
Here's my ball.
Yes, sir.
I already asked him the question, which was what characters he wanted. So we're going to get into the word. Y'all, we love Jesus. We love the DC universe. We love nerdy stuff and all that. But above all that, we love Jesus. We love the Word of God, and we love sharing the Word of God. We love reading it for y'all so y'all can know a little bit of it. Yeah. And I'm reading from my spoon. Jeremiah 17:7, which says, "But blessed are those who trust in the Lord and have made the Lord their hope and confidence." I'm kind of sticking with this trust thing. Put your trust in the Lord.